This episode is sponsored by Google Play with the help of Madden NFL 21 Mobile Football. When you're worn out by complex games of strategy and tactics, sometimes all you really want is to pick up a controller and shoot 1 million guys in the head. But until Serious Sam 4 comes out, there's always Risk of Rain 2. Discover the unexpected sequel to an indie cult classic about tiny little pixel men murdering thousands upon thousands of enemies on their way to ascending to power-up-based godhood. And watch as they add a literal new dimension to the gameplay, while retaining all the genocidal kleptomaniac goodness of the first game. Except you actually have to be able to aim this time. At least until the screen gets so full of dudes that you actually can't miss anymore. In-action roguelike gameplay that makes the original feel like an SNES game. And that's before you bump it up to Monsoon, the video game version of getting a colonoscopy.
No.
Drop into Risk of Rain 2 single player and get ready for up to several hours of constantly moving and shooting as you jet around massive levels, jacking the constantly spawning monsters for their wallets, while looking for a teleporter that was right in front of your face the whole time, to crack dystopian chests that only open for cold, hard cash, for the stackable buff items that make the difference between becoming an unstoppable juggernaut and going down like a sack of potatoes to the first boss, as the how many dudes there are meter constantly climbs up in the background, forever threatening to overwhelm you with sheer numbers if you dick around too much, in a torrential gangbang of colors and explosions that makes it feel like you just got murdered by a kaleidoscope. Master the never-ending hordes of Risk of Rain 2, and unlock new items for your arsenal by knocking out achievements. Then wear all those items at once to look like you dressed yourself for middle school, as well as new movesets or whole-ass characters, from returning favorites to brand new additions to the roster that bring some much-needed variety to a game that's essentially an endless horde mode. If you don't mind putting in the hours to actually figure out and unlock all this crap, because this game is about as accessible as a swift kick to the groin. Unravel the deeper mysteries at the heart of Risk of Rain 2, as you discover hidden chambers, chests, and secret items unlocked through special currency, until you're powerful enough to make it to the final boss and discover that you're not nearly done, as the cycle of levels starts all over again, allowing you to play until you reach the absolute limits of your build or your hardware, or find the secret portal to the obelisk and obliterate yourself, ending the madness. Unless, of course, you have a specific item where you can find a whole new boss to beat your ass, in a constantly unpeeling onion of obscure, challenging bullshit to do that could keep you playing this game for hundreds of hours, or at least until it gives you carpal tunnel syndrome.
Oh, boo-hoo. After all the times I've done it, my wrist sounds like a cement mixer.
So grab that umbrella and get ready to risk that rain in a game that strips away the plot, personalities, and politics, and just lets you mindlessly genocide these weird little pocket dimensions to your heart's content. And honestly, that's the kind of good time I can get behind. Starring Noob Slayer. Character for old people who can't shoot so good. If BBA a toolbox. Tower Defense. Harry Roboter. 1,000 times folded Hanzo Steel. Your guess is as good as mine. Bionic Commando. I'm back, Rid. And Zap Brannigan. Shoot for Days 2. If the first game was 2D and the second was 3D, does that mean the Risk of Rain 3 will be 4-dimensional? Is Risk of Rain 3 going to be a time machine? This episode is sponsored by Google Play. Get Madden NFL 21 Mobile Football and discover more on Google Play now. Thank God I didn't have to use the cream cheese spreader. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. Dio, your stand is the same type as Star Platinum. Wakanda forever!